Morning vinyl community. How are things going out there? Plan on doing a different post, and then I may have discovered some bad news, which I will. It's not the end of the world, but it just is not a lot of fun to suddenly realize something may be missing. But anyway, decided to do the second of the two posts I was going to do today. I'm still waking up from the morning. And share some of the most recent vinyl finds that I've got. So what I got playing right now is something I found just last night, which is interesting. And I'd heard this name. The name came as soon as I saw it. I didn't recognize the album cover. The album cover is pretty cool. And then I read the name of the album cover, and I thought, well, I've heard this name before, but I'm not familiar with them at all. I didn't know anything about the band. So it's, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Mashmakhan. They're from Canada. And appears to be a one-off album. I haven't explored to find out whether or not some of the band members went off to do other things or not, but it's in great shape. The vinyl is like it had never been played. It was a little dusty, and that was all. The album cover is also in pretty good shape. A little ring wear, but not too bad. What's nice is it's got a promo stamp on it. Just literally a, printed promo stamp. Promo not for sale. There's nothing on the actual vinyl on the label, but I like what I hear. It's really good. It's an interesting album, and I'm glad I picked it up. Another fun aspect of it was I've got another album that has this. In fact, I think I'd have it down now, but it was from a previous post. There was a comp, a Mercury Records comp, I think, or Columbia Records comp, that had something like this in it. And here's the inner sleeve that says, "Here's how records give you more of what you want," and all these reasons why you should buy records and why you should buy, Columbia Records. But on the other side, color posters that you can order, and I wish I could order them. I really do, because there are some pretty cool posters here, including the Bob Dylan, Milton Glaser Bob Dylan poster that came with the album. You can order that separately. Just great. Johnny Winter, Al Cooper, Donovan, Taj Mahal album. It's a Beautiful Day poster. John Lennon, George Harrison, an Argent poster, which would be very cool. It's hard to show you these here. The focus is more back here, and I can't get too much closer, but just great. You even have nice, cool Beatles, Yellow Submarine posters here you could order. And I'm curious, posters are $1.50 each. And they had some puzzles here as well of album covers, which is kind of cool. But the posters were $1.50 each, and I wonder if anybody out there has any of these posters, because that's something to look up on eBay. Anyway, enough about this. I'm going to let it keep playing because it's great. I listened to it last night, and I thought I'd start off things today with it. And this is pretty much just going to be some things I found recently, just over the past week, and some items that got in the mail. I went in, like I said, last night I found the Mashmakhan, and then at the same place I found a bunch of Julian Cope. I recently picked up an old favorite of mine, which was St. Julian on vinyl. And so I've been on the lookout for more Julian Cope, and I never owned this EP before, East Easy Rider EP. Import, grab that. They were all $3 a piece. World Shut Your Mouth, which I think I have the CD of this, or I have the CD of this, but am I wrong in thinking that the UK cover was different than this one? I still like this one. I think it's I've always liked this cover a lot. But I want to think that maybe I'm thinking of having an EP, a CD EP or something, but it's a full album, again, $3, and a nice promo stamp. I've got some stickers to remove here, but so that's nice. And the other one is an album I never owned by Julian Cope before, another great album cover, but My Nation Underground. So looking forward to listening to this. Never heard this one before, but $3, I didn't want to pass it up. They're all in great shape. So happy to grab those. I thought I'd show this first. I didn't just get this. I got this probably late 80s, early 90s at a record show. And it's the Venture Surfin' album in stereo. On the Dalton cover, it's an original. Great shape. And I went around back then, I'm glad I did, picking up a few original surf albums, and this was one I'm glad I got. But I'm showing this because, not because I just bought it, I got it a long time ago, but I just got in the mail from Sunday's Records a reissue of it in stereo. And it's interesting comparing the album cover artwork, how it's close, but it's not quite the same color blue. But still, it's great to have an upgraded, well, the vinyl is fine on that, but it's nice to have this one, the reissue. Really nice thing about this is that they released it on, as Sundays does so well, transparent blue vinyl. Hopefully that shows up. It shows up great when I'm looking at the window from here, but on the they are using the Dalton record label, and it's beautiful, beautiful transparent blue vinyl. So very happy to have that. Very heavy too, really thick, 180 gram easy. So they it's part of a series. I didn't buy all of them. I think they grabbed the first 4 or 5 of the Ventures albums and are releasing them in on colored vinyl. So go to their website, give them a look, and if there's some that you like, give it a look. Hey, something's out of place here. So I'm gonna do these two together. Staging. It's all about staging and being organized. Got this in the mail from eBay. It's a copy with the Beatles. Now, what's interesting about this is that it has this is from 1969 release. I've got a little label work to work on here, but I should be able to get that off. I think this is Campus Records from wherever I got this. It's a Garrett and Lofthouse cover. It's got the flip backs. So for all purposes, it looks like it could be an original pressing, but it's not. It's from 1969. One reason it doesn't have the Emitex inner sleeve, but it has this nice EMI inner sleeve showing other bands, Pink Floyd. I'd love to get an original Pink Floyd. It also shows Sgt. Pepper here, and T-Rex, in fact, right here. This album here is right there. So, but the interesting thing about this pressing is that it is a 1-box, and I'm not an expert on everything. I think I am sometimes, especially when it comes to the Beatles, but I sometimes get things wrong, so please correct me in comments. But this is pressed on a 1-box Parlophone label, and if you'll see here down the bottom, there's one EMI box label. In 1969, these were pressed from the same masters and in the same way that they pressed the originals from 1964, 1965, and up to about 69. 69 was the last time they used those original masters and pressed them in the same way that they pressed those earlier albums. And you can, later 70s reissues of the Beatles albums will have this silver and black, or gray and black, or white and black Parlophone label. But up top, above this Parlophone box, there'll be another little EMI box right about here. Sorry. I knew I was going to do that. Sorry about that. My apologies. That was not intentional. It's just I'm trying to wrap my fingers around this without touching this too much. But right above here, above that Parlophone box, there would be another EMI box, EMI logo in a box just like this. So that's referred to as a 2-box. But these 1-boxes were the last pressings, and people have said, and it's true, if you want to get the original sound, this is the most inexpensive way to get the original sound from the original 60s pressings. Because after this, on the 2-box labels that were made in the 70s and in the 80s, they used a different process. They used I can't remember the exact type of process. I'd have to look it up again. But they took the master tapes, or they used a different set of master tapes that were processed in a different way. And excuse me, my nose is sniffly. Allergies. It was processed in a different way that It was more of an electronic process. I don't know, it was some kind of new process to get the master going. To get the master and use the master things. I'm blabbing on trying to remember it, but I can't. So, you know, Google the whole thing. One box, Beatles, one box, Parlophone, one box. You know, and you can read more about it and explain more about it. It's just one of those kind of odd things, but you know, you can pay for an original in this condition, which would cost you a couple $100, or you could try to find a 1969 one box. I did it for 1 year on this label. 1969 one box reissue of it, or pressing of it, and you know, anywhere from. Well, I saw this one listed for $27, and I just bought it outright. I thought that was a fine price because they'll go for $40, $50, $60. And I think that's the only one box I have. I might have another one, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's your Beatles lesson for today. Also, I think it was last night I got this. The other night, I was up in Easy Street. It's Wings Wildlife, and you know, not everybody's favorite Wings album, but I like it. It's got some great songs on it. It's just a fun album to put on. But most importantly, I was very happy to find that this was a UK issue. And not only a UK issue, an original UK issue. It had the original yellow inner sleeve. And then, you know, pretty much the standard nice heavy vinyl, great shape. Again, like no one had touched it. But I always love these labels. Paul on one side, Linda on the other. So now this song I've heard before. That's why I remember the name of this band. I have heard this song before. So yep, cool. I've got to dig some more into the history of this band. Yeah, I'm doing some dusting here. Sorry, because there's a hair on there. Yeah, again, this is in great shape. I'm so happy to have found it. I thought I dusted this off last night, but I guess I missed some. So yeah, I didn't realize that there was an original pressing of this, but I noticed in some other listings of this on eBay, it has this nice yellow UK inner sleeve, so that was very cool to find that locally. Another one I picked up locally was a German pressing of Buddy Miles, We've Got to Live Together. And I like Buddy Miles. I don't have this album. It's nice laminated pressing. Haven't worked on getting the sticker off yet, but great inner sleeve, double gatefold, and great cover, shot of Buddy Miles. Back. And again, I always like it when the inner sleeve has either some kind of advertisement for other bands on the label. In this case, you know, Dylan all on one side, and the other side, Beautiful Day, Johnny Cash, Leonard Cohen, Lead Belly, The Byrds, Santana, Al Stewart, Laura Nyro, Simon & Garfunkel, and nice German Mercury vinyl, which is in great shape. Just, you know, somebody bought it, took very good care of it, or listened to it once and didn't put it back. But I'm going to give it all the love and care it deserves. Favorite band from way back in the 80s and 90s. I think they were around in the 80s. Yeah, this came out in 89, that's what I thought. Cabaret Beethoven, Key Lime Pie. I had this on CD, I've never owned it on vinyl, so it was great to catch I think this is from the same person who turned in the Julian Copes, because they all have these green dots. It's like, okay. So I kind of tempted to leave those green dots on so I know they all came from the same place, but also has the nice insert in there, our poster. Very cool. So that's nice. I always like this album. I love the losing part of my light here. The label on the album, using the old Virgin label, and having Cabaret Beethoven written all over it. Very cool. I like that. Never saw that before, because I never owned the vinyl. I always had the CD of it. So, happy to have that. A couple of new items that I just picked up. I thought there was something else, but I'm losing it in my old age. That's okay. I walked in. I've seen this series, and I haven't bought any of it, but this was a new release on the series, and I wanted it. I had a coupon, and I figured, okay, well, that'll knock it down. I'm glad I did. I might go back and buy some more of the series that goes with this, but it's Lee Perry series, and this is with the Upsetters, and it says Jamaican 45s, 1968 to 1973, and just great. I love it. Pretty straightforward packaging. Here's the back of it. Let's take a look at that. And nice, heavy vinyl, beautiful. And I'm sure that these were sourced from 45s, the actual 45s. Maybe they found some tapes, I don't know. I have to read more of what the liner notes that are on the back here to find out about that, but a lot of times the only thing that exists are the original 45s, and they grab them, clean them up, get the best copies they can, and so that's a good one. School of Seven Bells, favorite band of mine. I got tickets to go see them in April when they're here with a friend of mine, and this is their new album called Ghost Story, and in England they released this special edition of it that's on transparent vinyl, I think. I was a little disappointed that there wasn't something special done here in the US, but back of it, inner sleeve, and standard black vinyl, which is fine. But I really like this band. They've lost a member, though. One of the sisters has departed for personal reasons. That's all I was able to read online. But School of Seven Bells, highly recommend. All three of their albums. This one, nice download card. I mean, sometimes these download cards are just pieces of paper, but this download card is like a credit card, for crying out loud. Which is nice. Already downloaded it, so I've got it there. I also picked up an EP, 12-inch EP of theirs from, I think this is from their first album. First album is called Alpinisms, which I don't have on vinyl. I wish I did. My second album, which is Disconnect from Desire, I have that on CD, but I might be picking that up on vinyl. I found a place that has an original colored vinyl pressing of it for like $15. It's a 2-album set, so I might nab that, I'm not sure, but I haven't even opened this up. I downloaded this from iTunes a while, a year or so ago, a couple years ago. But School of Seven Bells, highly recommend. They're from New York. They're touring. They're starting a tour now, and they're touring Europe, and they're going to be coming over to the U.S. And by the end of April, they're going to be in the Northwest here. So anyway, that's it for this time around. If I find anything else, I'll make another post today. Otherwise, pretty straightforward vinyl finds. And good talking to you all. I'm watching a lot more of the clips, enjoying them all. And I went over 100 subscribers. And I didn't do a contest or anything because I don't know how to do that, and I don't really have time to do it properly. So maybe I'll do something like that at 200 or 250 or something, or maybe 235, some odd number, 237 and a half. Anyway, just to be a little different. Anyway, so thank you very much. I appreciate it because I've only been on about 4 weeks, I think. Maybe a little bit over 4 weeks. And someone pointed out, I can't remember who, pointed out that, wow, 100 subscribers in just a few weeks that you've been on. So I'm very thankful, and I hope you enjoy these clips. So far, no thumbs down as far as I can tell, on these at least. Anyway, take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.